Today, our journey is one to make peace with our past in order to help us live in the present and move into our future with a new understanding. Take a moment to get comfortable. Your way is the right way. Whether you choose a chair, couch, or bed, you may find the floor is where you prefer to be. Seeking deep pressure is something our subconscious brain does when it craves grounding. Wherever you choose is the perfect place, as long as you feel comfortable and relaxed. The aim is to give your brain and nervous system space, attention, and love. If you haven't already, let's close our eyes. Take a few nice, deep, cleansing belly breaths. Inhale as far as you feel you can while expanding your belly, and exhale with a sigh of breath to let that breath go. Our brain only has the messages we provide through our senses, our feelings, and the way we breathe. As we take those deep belly breaths and sigh them out, we are imparting, I am relaxed. I am in control. It is time to acknowledge that the messages we received as our brain was forming during those critical times of in utero to 8 years old were pivotal. Still, those around us weren't aware of how far-reaching the effects of each and every interaction would one day be. We need to accept those messages were not put there by us, that our subconscious has picked them up and been playing them repeatedly every time it is reminded in any sensory way of how we felt when that initial neural pathway was formed. As we continue with our preferred breathing method, we leave behind all the things that do not benefit us. Each time we expand our stomach with a deep breath, we take in the goodness we deserve and sigh out any reluctance we carry. It is time for us to change those messages and autoresponders our subconscious has been repeatedly activated by. It is now time to give our brain a new exchange, the truth of who we are now. We are no longer the child our brain's subconscious is still trying to protect. Those neural pathways were formed at a time when we were exploring our environment and our emotions. It is unfortunate we weren't encouraged to do that, or we weren't given the tools with a gentle understanding, a caring guidance to process those emotions in a healthy or loving way. Because of this, our brain and nervous system took to seeking safety in a way a child could make sense of. that no longer serves us. Take a deep breath, taking in the nurturing respect you deserve at this moment and sighing away any unwanted harmful thoughts. Emotions are not supposed to be scary or confronting. They are meant to be embraced and felt. Once we are able to recognize our emotions as non-threatening and as signs that we have needs that are meant to be attended to, we can find peace. This is the peace we will walk together into today. We are going to take 10 deep, concentrated breaths toward moving our nervous system into knowing we are relaxed and in control. 1. Focus on settling into your feeling of safety. We all have our own vision of what that is. 2. Sighing the breath out is how our body can signal our brain that we are relaxed and in control. 3. Any other exhalation sends a different message. 4. There is no right cadence to breathe to. 5. Whether through our mouth or our nose, as long as we're using our diaphragm. 6. Breathing is autonomic. When we were infants, that's how we did it. 7. Sighing is something we can utilize for that feeling of safety. Will it feel strange? Probably. 8. We may not trust it at first. Bring in that good, clean energy and sigh out all of the falsehoods. 9. 10. Let's take some time to traverse our bodies for any stress or tension we may be holding. This is the moment you commit to this opportunity to strengthen your nervous system through connection. We will begin at the crown of your head and descend to your toes. Notice if there is any unease as you move past your brow. Take a moment to deliberately relax that space between your forehead and your nose. Force any tension away. Roll your eyes beneath your eyelids, up and down and left to right. Take a moment to notice your mouth and your jaw, an incredibly powerful place. We tend to hold back thoughts, words, and worry. Stretch it all out and relax with a sigh. As we move down our neck and shoulders, feel where those muscles may have held tension and allow it to go. Pushing your shoulder blades slightly into the surface you are on as you inhale. And when you sigh, relax. As we move to our torso, take note of any constriction or tightening. If you notice any around your spine or your ribs, stay with it for a moment. Inhale and flex. Hold and release it with a sigh. Your glutes, thighs, calves, and feet are last on our list. Constrict those muscles with a deep breath in and relax with a sigh. Let us take a moment to appreciate the support of the surface we are on. If you feel the need to adjust your position, shake out your arms or your legs, move your neck or stretch out your jaw. Do so knowing you are held in a supported place. Allow your muscles to sink into the place that you have chosen to make peace with your past. I want you to know you are in a place of safety, of comfort, and here we have created an atmosphere of healing. There is so much happening in our brain without our knowledge, that subconscious of ours leading the way. Often it is using old, outdated information, and we let it because our conscious brain has forgotten how it got there in the first place. That is the beauty of its healing. We don't need to know exactly where the neural pathway was created in order to begin our new healthy ones. I want you to imagine you are situated in your dream chair. It can be a recliner, a hammock swinging chair, a massage chair with all the bells and whistles. Whatever it is, it's the most comfortable chair you have ever had the pleasure to sit upon. You feel held, treasured, and loved in this chair. Most of all, you feel safe, free to feel whatever shows up for you. This most comfortable chair is sitting in a room filled with your treasured memories, items that you have collected throughout your life. You smile just seeing them, recalling the moments of joy that you've had, no matter how fleeting they may have been. They held joy and laughter and happy tears. Now, in front of you, a screen appears, taking up the whole wall. It's your own private cinema. Playing on this screen is the past, parts of the past that may no longer serve you. From the most comfortable seat in the room, you are in control of what you see. You can release any worries, anything at all you can safely release here. In this place, you are allowed to let go of where you are so that you can get to where you most want to be. This place is where you can easily and safely release any and all emotions, any anger, resentment, or past and present frustrations, any shame, blame, confusion, or frustration you may hold on to. If you tend to push down or avoid your emotions, you may now very gently, very lovingly, and very safely release them and heal. You see, you've joined me here because you are ready to let go of the pain of these repeated cycles, to let go of the expectations that you may never have set, the standards that you may have been holding for yourself, but you are not the one to establish them. The conceptual wants and needs that society pressures us to think we desire, when they may not truly make us happy at all. They may put more pressure and stress into our lives than if we were to let them go and do what makes us happiest. You are ready to offer yourself peace of mind, peace of body, by accepting that you are worthy of being here. You are worthy of healing the damaging messages that have caused your brain and body to send one another damaging signals. You deserve restoration. You are worth feeling healthy, happy, and whole. Getting to where you are right now is a big deal. You deserve the praise for that. Take it. You know it hasn't been easy to get here, so give yourself the credit you're due. Just because society has wanted to rob us of feeling gratified in ourselves does not mean we should listen. The moments in life that have caused us pain can be a resource to strengthen us, to teach us new strategies. We can bring them here to see how we can make peace with that pain. We are shifting our perspective just long enough to see each moment a bit differently. We want to first look at the screen before us and view a happy memory. The first happy memory that comes to your mind's eye. One in which you feel safe and happy. Watch that memory unfold on the screen in front of you. Feel the sensations that come up for you. Allow them to touch you to the core, to warm you. Allow the happiness to hold you in a place, reminding you that you do deserve that happiness. Take a deep, cleansing breath with me and let it out with a sigh. Now, with love and consideration, we will play a trailer of past memories that have caused you hurt, discomfort, and upset. Keep in mind the memories that come up for you today. Do so because your subconscious and nervous system are ready to move towards healing them. Imagine these memories all playing on repeat, looping together. You can't see them yet, but they are there. Our subconscious holds on to these things in our sensory processing portion of our brain, not as a memory, but as an emotion. In order to process these moments, we must feel through them. As you start looking at the scene within the reels, you may show up as a much younger version of yourself, or someone in your life may show up in a form you don't exactly recognize. But that is normal. There is no wrong way to make peace with the past, as long as you are trying, and since you're here, that counts. Let's take a deep belly breath before we safely bring to mind a person or a circumstance that caused you discomfort. Remember, you can go back to your soft, comfortable space at any time. In order to circle back to that safety, simply take a deep belly breath and sigh your breath out. When you are ready, bring to mind a person past circumstance, or past version of yourself in a past event that you would like to work towards healing. This moment has come to mind, signaling that your nervous system is ready to heal and to release. Imagine this moment. It is waiting for you to press play. Go ahead, press play, and watch who or what is playing out on the screen. Let go of any judgments you may have that are coming up right now. Just witness what and who is present on the screen, and notice what or who has made its way to the forefront of the scene. This is what your subconscious needs us to release. It is this moment that is not serving you. But before we release this painful thing, I want you to first send love and support to yourself sitting there in your comfortable space. You are so loved, worthy of love, worthy of being held in this moment and in this process, sending patience and gratitude for yourself right now. You're now truly ready to release the unproductive neural pathway that was formed during the time you've pictured on the screen in front of you. The person or situation in front of you. You can now see how you have been connected to it. There is a connection that you did not make with intention. It is a ragged, ink-like thread that connects you to one another. At the core of this connection is what represents the attachment between you and the emotions that have been building up inside of you that you have kept down because that is what you were taught was the right and safe thing to do. Early on, you felt if you ignored them or hid them, they would go away. You only did that because you were not given the tools you deserve to be given, the tools we are using today. Your nervous system has needed to learn how to regulate. In order to do that, your brain must acknowledge the emotions it has and always had. That is what has been weighing on your nervous system. That is why the scene in front of it has been a part of what has kept you from feeling safe, consciously and unconsciously. The inky thread connecting you represents the reason why you have not been able to let go up until now. It represents the emotions that you are not able to accept, acknowledge, or process. Know now you are requiring the means to understand all of your emotions are meant to be expressed. They always were. Your emotions are far more complex than sadness, anger, and happiness. They are complex and they start very small. And once we are able to recognize them in those small states, like frustration, bitterness, disgust, betrayal, grief, loneliness, shame, or guilt, and many, many others. We can healthily process them within ourselves rather than against others, and especially before they turn into something we cannot handle. You see, had you been given the opportunity early on when your brain was developing, your subconscious brain would have had this ability long ago, and these inky threads that connect you to these moments that hold you back would not exist. Picture now something in your mind's eye that you know will sever this inky thread. You can use your own hands, scissors, or simply cut through it with your sheer will. It is up to you to break free of the seam before you. As you prepare to cut free of that past circumstance, person, or behavior, it is time to grant yourself peace with acceptance. You can say it with me, or you can allow me to speak it for you. I recognize you. I recognize you. I accept the connection we have had in the past. I accept what has happened between us, as I cannot change it. I recognize the part you have played in my life, and I release the control you have had in it. I will no longer allow you space in my world. I deserve to be free of the shame, guilt, confusion, and any other feelings that have held and led to the anger you have made me feel, and I will no longer allow you to bring that into my life. I release you. I release this attachment to you. Now, see the inky thread give away to whatever means you have chosen to sever it. See it removed from your connection. As it separates, it dissolves. Give yourself love at this moment. I want you to place your right hand upon your left shoulder, and with the other hand, tuck it under your armpit. Pull on your shoulder slightly and squeeze gently. This is a somatic hug. When no one else is around to provide a hug, this is a reasonable facsimile. Squeeze again and take a deep cleansing belly breath and sigh it out. You are so loved. You are safe to feel anything you may be feeling. All of your emotions in this moment are founded and true. Freedom, relief, confusion, disappointment, gratitude, annoyance. Allow yourself to release it, knowing at any moment you can be back to your space in your big, comfy chair. Take a moment to adjust, feel at peace, and heal with some deep, beautiful belly breaths. As we sigh them out, we can remember where we are and that we deserve this peace. See the inky thread as it still is attached to your heart, just hanging there. see how the other end is still attached to the scene, person, or circumstance in front of you, hanging limp but divided. You are no longer connected, however, still existing in the same space. Your peace depends on moving away from the power this scene holds, understanding that you did not have what you needed at the time to expose this scene, person, or moment for what it was. Knowing when this was unfolding, you were not equipped to deal with the emotions that came with it all. Your brain and nervous system gave you the wrong information and made the situation more complex, not better. It caused you to repress your emotions or ignore them entirely, thinking that made things better. Now that you understand processing those emotions is the only way forward, it is time to make peace with them. In order to make peace with the roots of the circumstance, person, and scene before you, you must show love for yourself. Give yourself the understanding that you did not know. You can no longer punish yourself for not knowing. Punishing anyone for something they are not aware of is a circle of pain that never finds an end. We must stop and release ourselves from the threads of that despair, as they have no true purpose. The true release is in our awareness and learning from it. That is where you are right now, and that is what causes those threads to melt away. Giving that understanding to whoever or whatever stands before us in that scene melts away their threads too. You have punished yourself long enough with harsh words, behaviors, and thoughts. You may have been hiding behind humor, work, loving others, staying busy, drinking, scrolling endlessly, avoidance to mask the pain you feel in those moments when you believe you deserve to be punished. Listen to me now. You don't deserve to be punished. You never did. No child is born deserving that. We all deserve to be guided with love and understanding. It is time to start building a new neural pathway of love, acceptance, and acknowledgement of what you have always deserved. We have been taught the falsehood that we must be blaming someone for something if an apology is necessary, or if the words "I'm sorry" are said, that it somehow means we are to blame, when that isn't true at all. We can be sorry that we caused pain within ourselves without knowing, and that can be a balm for our troubled souls. So yes, it is okay to be sorry for important things, like being cruel to ourselves. Can you say you are sorry to the you that was connected to that hurt, to that scene, for punishing yourself, for taking out all of that hurt on you? It wasn't your fault. You aren't a bad person because that happened. We can still be sorry that it did happen. you can still give yourself forgiveness. That is like a hug for your nervous system. It has nothing to do with blame and everything to do with healing. It isn't, I'm sorry for not knowing, because if you did, you know you would have done things differently. Knowledge is power. Your knowledge is your power right now. Forgive yourselves for the things you didn't know. Allow yourself that peace. Look to the person before you, the scene you are watching. Grant it the same. You deserve that peace. You deserve to move into a new consciousness, one that is able to recognize their thoughts, feelings, and emotions as they surface. As you acknowledge the inky threads that bonded you to that scene, person, or circumstance that's before you, it's time to say thank you. Because yes, even though you have caused me pain, this moment has been a part of who I have become in my life. Thank you. I am on a journey to loving myself, and I thank you for being a part of that journey. Your part in it, as seen here today, is now over. I now release you. I now release you. I now release you. As you keep repeating, I now release you. See the person, the object, the memory, or whatever scene it is before you disappear into nothingness. The nothingness then transforms into a beautiful, radiant white light, no longer connected to you in any negative way. Where it once existed, there is now peace. I want you to feel the serenity that encapsulates you at this moment. This burden no longer in your subconscious pulling you back. Feel how much deeper and easier you can expand your belly breath, detecting your sigh's powerful release. Note any emotions you might be feeling and how good it feels to let them go. Allow yourself the freedom to take it all in and to be present. If you feel you need to revisit other moments and scenes in your life in order to make peace, you can replay this meditation over and over, or simply take a moment in your day and acknowledge the role that moment in time, person, or circumstance had. Bring it to your consciousness and allow yourself to validate the emotions you should have been able to express in a healthy way had you had the tools at the time. Forgive yourself, offer others the same kindness, and make peace with the past, as changing it was never an option. You no longer need to be burdened because you know you can move forward. Feel how light that now makes you feel. Lean into that freedom. You have cut off the old neural pathways to make way for new ones, creating a space for all of the good hormones to flow along your vagal nerves to every organ and to all of your life-giving systems. You are the one that creates the safety in your nervous system. You started the healing yourself. You should be so proud of what you've accomplished. This is an actualization many never achieve. Bask in that for a moment. It is time to turn off the reels for today. Envision coming back into your daily space, this surface you are absorbed into in this moment. Take a few deep belly breaths and send some love to yourself for everything that you have managed to do today. You are strong, you are worthy, and you are so deeply appreciated, supported, and loved. Please take a moment to feel that love, that peace, that freedom. Let's do 5 last preferred breaths, and when you get to your last sigh, lengthen it just a little extra, exhaling that last little bit of leftover tension. Sighing it all out, letting it all go. You slowly open your eyes and adjust to the light in the room. Have a nice stretch and welcome your nervous system back to full operational order. Welcome back.